The word debt often has a negative feel, bringing to mind stress and financial trouble. Many people see it as something to be avoided at all costs. But is that the whole story? Not exactly. In reality, debt is simply a tool. Like any tool, it can be used to build something great, or it can be used improperly, causing problems. The outcome depends entirely on how you use this financial instrument. The key is understanding that not all debt is created equal. There's a massive difference between borrowing for a lavish vacation and borrowing for a college education. One drains your resources, while the other can build them. We can categorize debt into two simple groups, good debt and bad debt. Knowing how to tell them apart is one of the most important financial skills you can ever learn. It's a fundamental concept for building wealth. So, what exactly is bad debt? Generally, it's money you borrow to purchase things that lose value over time or are consumed immediately. These items don't generate any future income for you to help repay the loan. Think of it as borrowing from your future self to pay for your present desires. While it might feel good in the moment, it ultimately reduces your future net worth and financial flexibility, making it harder to reach your goals. This type of debt often comes with high interest rates, which can trap you in a cycle of payments that feels impossible to escape. The interest payments can sometimes end up costing more than the original item purchased. In this video, we'll break down the clear signs of both good and bad debt. We'll give you the framework to analyze any loan so you can make smart decisions that move you closer to financial freedom. Let's dive deeper into bad debt. The most common form is high-interest credit card debt used for everyday purchases, like clothes, gadgets, or dining out. These items provide temporary enjoyment, but have no long-term financial value. When you buy a coffee on a credit card you don't pay off, you're not just paying for the coffee, you're paying interest on it for months, or even years. That $3 coffee could end up costing you $5. Another classic example is a loan for a brand new car. The moment you drive it off the lot, its value plummets. You're paying interest on an asset that is actively losing money every single day. Payday loans are one of the most dangerous forms of bad debt. They have incredibly high interest rates and are designed to trap borrowers in a cycle. They offer a short-term fix for a long-term financial problem. Basically, if the debt is for something that won't be worth anything in a few years, it's likely bad debt. It's a short-term solution that creates a long-term burden, weighing down your financial future. This debt acts like an anchor on your finances. Instead of your money working for you and growing, a significant portion of it goes towards paying interest to a lender, slowing your progress towards financial goals. The psychological toll is also significant. Constantly worrying about high interest payments creates stress and anxiety. It limits your freedom to take risks, change careers, or pursue opportunities because you are tied to your payments. The main takeaway for bad debt is this: it finances a lifestyle today at the expense of your wealth tomorrow. Avoiding it is a crucial first step towards building a solid financial foundation and achieving peace of mind. Now, let's flip the script and talk about good debt. This is the kind of debt that financially successful people often use strategically. It's not about consumption, it's about investment and growth. Good debt is money you borrow to purchase something that will increase in value or generate income over time. It's an investment in your future that is expected to provide a return greater than the cost of the interest. Instead of borrowing from your future, you are investing in it. You're using leverage, other people's money, to acquire an asset that you expect to grow, ultimately increasing your net worth. The most common example of good debt is a mortgage to buy a home. While not guaranteed, real estate has historically appreciated in value over the long term, meaning your asset grows while you pay down the loan. Student loans are another classic example, provided they are for a degree that significantly increases your earning potential. The higher income you earn over your career should far outweigh the cost of the loan and its interest. Borrowing money to start or expand a business can also be good debt. A successful business generates profits, which can be used to repay the loan and provide a substantial return on the initial investment. Even a car loan can be considered good debt under specific circumstances. For example, if the car is essential for a high-paying job that you couldn't do otherwise, it becomes a tool for generating income. The core principle of good debt is that it helps you acquire an asset that works for you. The debt is a catalyst for wealth creation, not a drain on your resources. It's a calculated risk for a potential reward. So, let's put it all together in a simple, direct comparison. Imagine a line down the middle of a page. On one side, we have bad debt. On the other, we have good debt. The differences are stark. Bad debt is used for liabilities or depreciating assets. These are things like fancy clothes, expensive meals, or brand new cars that lose value the moment you buy them. Their value only goes down. Good debt, on the other hand, is used to acquire appreciating assets. These are investments like a sensible home, a valuable education, or a stake in a profitable business. Their value is expected to go up. The cash flow impact is another key difference. Bad debt takes money out of your pocket every month without providing any financial return. It's a constant drain on your income that reduces your ability to save and invest. Good debt, ideally, should eventually put money into your pocket. A rental property generates rent, a business generates profit, and a good education generates a higher salary. It's designed to increase your income. Think about the interest. With bad debt, the interest you pay is simply the cost of borrowing for consumption. It's a fee for impatience. You are paying extra for something that is already losing value. With good debt, the interest is an investment expense. You are paying a fee to use the lender's money to generate a higher return for yourself. The goal is for your return to be much greater than the interest cost. Ultimately, the question to ask before taking on any debt is simple. Will this purchase increase my net worth or my income in the long run? If the answer is no, you should think twice about borrowing the money. It's important to add a layer of caution here. The line between good and bad debt can sometimes be blurry. A good debt taken on irresponsibly can quickly turn into a bad debt. For example, taking on an enormous mortgage for a house you can't truly afford is not good debt. If the payments stretch your budget too thin, it becomes a source of stress and financial instability. Similarly, student loans for a degree with poor job prospects can be devastating. Borrowing $100,000 for a field that only pays $30,000 a year is a recipe for financial hardship. Even a business loan is not automatically good debt. Many businesses fail. You must have a solid plan and understand the risks involved before borrowing. The potential for reward comes with the potential for loss. The interest rate is a critical factor. A low-interest loan for an appreciating asset is a great tool. However, a high-interest loan can erase any potential gains, turning a good investment into a bad one. Your personal financial situation matters. What might be a manageable amount of good debt for one person could be a crushing burden for another. Always consider your income, savings, and overall financial health. Good debt requires careful calculation and planning. It's not a magic ticket to wealth. It's a strategic decision that should only be made after thorough research and a clear understanding of the potential outcomes, both good and bad. The lesson is to always do your homework. Analyze the interest rate, the repayment terms, and the realistic potential for return on your investment. Prudence is the key to using debt successfully and avoiding its pitfalls. If you currently have bad debt, don't despair. Millions of people do. The most important thing is to create a clear and actionable plan to eliminate it as quickly as possible. Your future self will thank you. Start by listing all your debts, from credit cards to personal loans. Note the total amount owed, the interest rate, and the minimum monthly payment for each one. You can't manage what you don't measure. There are two popular strategies for paying down debt: the avalanche and the snowball method. The avalanche method involves paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first, which saves you the most money over time. The snowball method involves paying off the smallest debt first, regardless of the interest rate. This provides quick psychological wins, building momentum and motivation to keep going. Choose the method that works best for you. Whichever method you choose, the key is to pay more than the minimum payment whenever possible. Minimum payments are designed to keep you in debt for as long as possible, maximizing the lender's profit from interest. Look for ways to cut expenses or increase your income, even temporarily. Every extra dollar you can put towards your bad debt is a dollar that accelerates your journey to financial freedom. Small sacrifices now lead to big gains later. Consider debt consolidation or balance transfers for a lower interest rate, but read the fine print carefully. These can be useful tools, but they don't solve the underlying spending habits that led to the debt in the first place. Getting out of bad debt is a marathon, not a sprint. Celebrate small victories along the way and stay focused on your goal. The feeling of making that final payment and being free is an incredible reward. Imagine a future where you have no bad debt. What does that look like? Instead of your paycheck going towards interest payments, it goes towards your goals. You are in complete control of your money. Financial freedom isn't about being rich, it's about having choices. When you're not burdened by high interest payments, you have the freedom to change jobs, start a business, or take time off to travel. You can build a strong emergency fund, providing a safety net for unexpected life events. This reduces stress and prevents you from having to go back into debt when a surprise expense pops up. With your cash flow freed up, you can invest more aggressively for the future. Your money starts working for you, compounding over time and building real, lasting wealth for you and your family. This is where good debt can play a role. Once your financial house is in order, you can confidently use leverage to buy a home or invest in a business, knowing you have a solid foundation to support it. The goal is to shift from being a debtor who pays interest to being an investor who earns it. By eliminating bad debt, you stop making others rich with your payments and start building your own wealth. This mental shift is powerful. You start to see every dollar as a seed you can either consume now or plant for a future harvest. The choice becomes clearer when you're not forced to pay for past consumption. Ultimately, managing debt wisely is about designing your life. It's about creating a future with more opportunities, less stress, and greater control. It is one of the most empowering skills you can master. So, to recap, not all debt is your enemy. The key is to distinguish between bad debt that drains your wealth and good debt that has the potential to build it. One is a trap, the other is a tool. Bad debt is for consumption and depreciating assets. It's the high-interest credit card balance for things you don't need, financed by your future self. It reduces your net worth and limits your options. Good debt is a strategic investment in appreciating assets. It's the carefully planned mortgage, the student loan for a high-value degree, or the business loan with a solid plan. It's designed to increase your net worth. Before you ever borrow money again, ask yourself that one critical question. Will this debt help me acquire an asset that generates income or grows in value? Let the answer guide your decision. If you have bad debt, create a plan to tackle it. The sooner you free yourself from that burden, the sooner you can start building the financial future you truly deserve. Take that first step today. Understanding this difference is more than just financial literacy. It's a fundamental shift in mindset. It's about viewing debt not with fear, but with wisdom, caution, and strategic intent. Use debt as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Use it to build a bridge to your goals, not to dig a deeper hole. The power to make that choice is entirely in your hands. We hope this breakdown helps you navigate the world of finance more confidently. Think about your own finances. What is one step you can take today to improve your debt situation? The journey starts now.